A high school student running for class president is disqualified from the school race after he wins for channeling President Donald Trump in his stump speech. Take a listen.
I am all for freedom, equality, and liberty. Must to advance communist ideals into our very fabric. She will expand the government so you will not be able to do anything. She will likely create a dress code for you all. She will raise taxes. 80%. What I propose is that we build a wall between here and Sebastian River, and we make Sebastian River pay for it. Thank you all, and I hope I win your vote tomorrow.
That student, J.P. Krause, joins us now. J.P., good to have you here this morning on Skype. It sounded like in that stump speech that was your opponent, that you were saying, this is what this person will do, right?
That's correct.
How did that go over in the class?
In the class? Oh, everyone in the class thought it was funny. There was no real...
And of course, JP, you wanted to raise taxes. Last time I checked, student body president can't raise. Your opponent wants to raise taxes, and your opponent, you want to build a wall between you and a rival high school. So obviously, you were having fun with this speech about your opponent. This was in an AP, I think, politics course or something. Your teacher asked you to AP history, asked you to step up and talk. Were you ad-libbing that, just making it up, or were you ready for that?
Oh, completely off the cuff.
Completely off the cuff. And so you did that. You left. You win the election, you become the student body president, and then a couple of days later, what happened?
Well, I had just gotten out of a national academic games competition. I was out of school for a couple of days for that, and as soon as I get out, I receive a phone call from the front office basically telling me I am disqualified from the presidential election for harassing the other candidate, and I have a detention on Thursday.
Detention. But then the principal had a phone call with your mother. By the way, the school principal's reaction to this was, quote, speeches must focus on realistic and pertinent issues. The insulting language used in his speech was of a nature that created a situation of public humiliation and therefore violated school district rules pertaining to harassment was the word that the principal used. But he also had a phone conversation with your mother and said that you had caused a mess. How did you respond to that?
I thought it was completely outrageous. I never thought that this speech could ever evolve in what it's become, really. It was completely a joke from the beginning and completely satirical.
And I'm curious where the harassment part comes in, because you said my opponent wants to raise taxes, my opponent wants to...
Dress code.
Dress code. What was harassing about that?
The school told me that accusing her of advancing communist ideals in our student government was considered harassment.
Wait, so was there any part of that speech that was true? Or were you just saying, hey, I'm going to have a little fun with this, it's a class president, you know, and you probably didn't even think it was being taped?
Around. Oh, no, I could see the camera, but I didn't expect it to be.
So, JP, you have involved an attorney in all of this to respond to the school. What was that response?
Well, Mark Miller and Pacific Legal Foundation reached out to me after seeing an editorial in the paper in our local post, TC Palm, by Larry Reisman. And Mark Miller reached out to me and offered to represent us for free. And he sent a letter to the student government asking, or school board asking to reinstate me as class president.
JP, do you think any of this has to do with the fact that you sounded like President Trump?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you, but it's there.
You think so? Yeah. Well, hey, our viewers can read through the tea leaves there too, but it sounds like the Pacific Legal Foundation will be fighting on your behalf. Maybe let us know if you become class president again.
Yeah, and stop harassing people.
All right, thanks for coming on this morning,
Thanks, JP. Appreciate it.